Brent here with Bring Your Own Tools, and in today's episode we are installing this beautiful luxury vinyl plank flooring. If you want to learn how to do it, keep on watching. Let's start it. Woo! Well, this is my parents' downstairs, and as you can see, it's like most normal downstairs. Not that appealing carpet, which is comfortable, but you know what? I think we can use a makeover. Now, I'm sure not everyone's family room looks like this, but this is a decade in the making, so therefore there's a lot of items, especially heavy items, of course, but luckily I had a helping hand with my father, so we made quick work of most of this. So if we have everything out here, that must mean everything in here is gone. Yes, look at that beautiful, beautiful carpet. Oh yeah, just so gorgeous. So this isn't my childhood carpet, but it has been around since I was 15, so inevitably it was time to get rid of this bad boy. And if you're new to the channel, you might be wondering, who is this? Well, this is Stella, my brother's dog, and she's a 1-year-old French bulldog that just loves to help out, so we figured we'd just let her roam around while we were doing most of the work. I would just highly suggest watching to the very end to see the outtake because it's quite entertaining and she just doesn't like brooms. Now back to the demo portion of this project. This is a carpet on a concrete slab. Therefore, we have to remove all of the carpet, the pad, as well as the tack strip. And it's quite easy to do because all you need is a very sharp razor blade, a crowbar, and a hammer. That's basically it. Now when it comes time to purchasing product, there are overwhelming options to choose from. However, I choose Dyma Flooring. Now they are a specific locally operated business that is in my specific area, but they ship throughout the entire United States. Dyma Flooring is a premier online flooring expert from carpet to vinyl to laminate and so forth. Now to be completely open and honest, I am not getting paid from Dyma, but they did provide the material for this project, and I greatly appreciate companies such as themselves when they show the support for brands such as myself. So please check them out. I will leave a link in the description box below on where to find this product or any other product you so desire. Now as for the flooring that we chose for this project, it is a Shaw product, which is inevitably one of the leaders in the clubhouse when it comes to luxury vinyl plank. Now there are a number of reasons why we're going with this specific product, but let me go ahead and walk you personally through it. Now there are a number of things I love about this flooring. Not only is it durable, but it's 100% waterproof, so spills and that sort of thing, no problem. Also, there is a built-in underlayment on this board, so therefore you don't have to put any underlayment on the flooring itself or on the subfloor if you don't want to, as well as the fact that it might void the warranty, so just check that based upon the type of product you're using. Now, one of the number one things I suggest getting when installing luxury vinyl plank is a flooring installation kit. Now this kit comes with a 12-inch pull bar to pull the flooring boards tight. It also comes with a L tapping block to prevent edge marring, as well as PVC spacers. Now there are a number of different reasons why I'm starting this flooring the way I am. Now specifically, you always want to start on this short side facing the wall. The click inside should be facing you, as you can see above. Now I always start from left to right as well because left has a flat surface, the right side has the click-in fastening system. Now when measuring with your tape measure, you always want to account for that lip because you want to actually attach it to the finished surface, not the click-in surface. So just note to self, and makes a difference when you're doing hundreds of boards. Now the first row is obviously very important because you want to make sure that it aligns properly and straight because everything's going to be working off of this first row. Now I angle the board to the right at a 45-degree angle, place it in position, and then hammer it down with a rubber mallet just to ensure proper fastening. Now as for applying the boards, there's a number of different patterns to choose from. You can do a random pattern on this side, or you can do something a little bit more standard or staggered like this. Now personally and more preferable, I like the more random pattern because it looks more natural when the system is fully installed. Now after you have the first row accounted for, it's now time for some PVC shims. Now I place these shims at the ends as well as on the very back side throughout the entire wall space. Now it's specifically there because I don't want this first row to move at all as I'm installing the remainder of the flooring. And this first row is very important with the spacing along with making sure everything's aligned properly. These shims also make it very easy to account for the 1/4 inch spacing that you need between the wall and the flooring because you want to make sure this flooring is able to move and expand and contract if need be. Now as for cutting this material, a chop saw does wonders and it cuts very cleanly and easily. Now if you don't have a chop saw, you are able to cut and score the top surface with a razor blade and then bend and break the excess material off. However, it's so easy with a chop saw, I would highly suggest doing it with a chop saw if you are able to. Now once you have the swing of things, this flooring really comes together extremely quickly and easily. And as you can see, the pattern as far as the random pattern goes, it looks beautiful and seamless. However, just as a side note, Shaw specifically notes that you are supposed to install this with a 1/3 overhang per board. However, I've installed dozens of floors just like this with 0 issues for years. So just keep that in mind and note to self. Now, unless you have a perfectly square room, you're going to have some type of transitional areas like this. Now, we could put some type of transitional strip between the flooring and the fireplace, but in our case, I just want a nice flat, even surface all the way across. So I take my table saw and rip a small strip of flooring to insert it into that location. Now, some people might say that that's a bit risky because it might be more prone to popping out of the clip, but again, I've done this numerous times and I've never had any issues with a small transitional strip like this. Now for ease of installation, I actually insert it into the channel first and then slide it into position. That way it's much easier to place it into the groove properly and then slide it down evenly. Now when slipping the full 4-foot long boards into place, I have a 4-point plan actually. Now specifically, I slip the back side into the groove at a 45-degree angle, then I slide the board into the left tile till it hits the adjacent board. Then I pound that left side edge into place with a rubber mallet, and then finally, if the back edge of the board needs to be readjusted, I use the L block to tap it back in place. Now as you end the board run, you just want to ensure that when you're cutting the material, you're accounting for that 1/4 inch space between the wall and the board. Again, you want some type of space there so the floor has area to move if need be. Now as a general side note and safety tip, I always suggest getting a good pair of knee pads, especially when you're doing flooring because you are on your knees for hours at a time, and I want to protect my knees the best way possible, and that's with Pro Knee. Now if you haven't seen these knee pads before, don't be shocked because these are very expensive knee pads. They're $100 to $300 per pair, and if you're asking me, Brent, who's going to spend $300 for a knee pad? Well, just go ahead and ask how expensive my dad's knee replacement was, and you'll get my drift, because these things will pay for themselves if you want to protect your knees, especially if you do a lot of work on your knees. So keep that in mind, and I will leave a link in the description box below on where to find these helpful knee pads. Now with any good flooring project, you're normally going to come across some type of door jamb. Now there's a couple different ways to cut flooring around a door jamb. Most specifically, and my favorite way, is with a multi-tool because it actually comes in extremely handy and you're able to cut exact measurements where you need them. Now specifically in this location, we are actually going underneath a door jamb already because the carpet that we removed was slightly higher than the flooring that we're installing now. Now as for transitions, the beautiful thing about this product is that the Shaw provides color matched transition strips. So this is a piece of T molding that matches the floor color that is specifically designed to go against a tile floor that's adjacent to the flooring. Now as for adhesion, if you're working on a concrete slab, I always suggest using some construction adhesive. It's very easy to apply and it's a very strong hold.
If you're working with some type of particle board or plywood subbase, then you're easily able to nail it or screw it in position as well. Now obviously with construction adhesive you do want to allow it to dry properly, so take a look at the instructions and make sure you let it dry appropriately for the type of construction adhesive you're using. Now as a side tip as well, if you're looking for just a little bit of extra space, you can take a very sharp razor blade and cut small shavings off corners if need be. Now the one tool you haven't seen me use yet is our 12-inch pull bar. Now that is because we haven't ran into an adjacent wall as we do right here. Now the reason why this comes in so handy and extremely important to have is that if you try and knock that board in position with your normal block, you're not able to, it doesn't fit. However, with this pull bar, you're able to position it away from the wall and therefore you have plenty of room to pound those boards in with your normal mallet or hammer. Now in my situation, I did have one door casing that was too short, but the perfect thing about a multi-tool, which comes in extremely handy, rested on top a scrap piece of vinyl plank and then just use that as a guide to cut evenly all the way across that door casing. Now to get this specific piece of plank underneath that door, I actually slid it into position using my L block in order to make it easier for me to transition it underneath that door casing. Now I find it very difficult to get the plank underneath both casings of doors at the same time because you need to bend the boards up at a 45-degree angle. In order to get around this, I cut a few strips to make sure the boards are approximately halfway in between the door opening, and therefore I can slide one end in and then slide the other board into position underneath the door casing and then hammer it home into place. Made the transition look very nice and a lot easier to install.
So real quick, laying it out like this is definitely beneficial because you can see the different patterns, but also you can see if any of them are too short. Now this one right there is too short. So we can cut that end right there and make it a little bit longer and it'll fit perfectly.
Now on any end, I do highly suggest that you don't go any shorter than 6 inches wide. Now that's just because you want more stability and you don't want a weird looking transition between the end of the flooring to the edge of the wall. Now this just provides a more professional look as well as more structurally sound. Now at this point, how about let's say a big huge thank you to our sponsor this week, Mudwater. Now you might be asking yourself, what is Mudwater? Well, Mudwater is an alternative to coffee with 4 medical mushrooms and herbs with 1/7 the amount of caffeine that's in your normal cup of coffee, which means you get the energy without the angst, jitters, crashes of normal coffee. Each ingredient was added with a purpose, whether it's turmeric for inflammation, cinnamon to help process sugar cravings, cocoa and chai for mood and energy, lion's mane for focus, cordyceps for physical performance, and chaga and reishi for immune and stress, which I think we can all use a little bit right now. Now I personally reached out to Mudwater, and the fact that they were so game and wanted to be a part of the BYOT family, I truly cherish and appreciate. So if you are so interested, please check out the link below because you can get 15% off by using the promo code BYOT. Now back to the project at hand, if you have a very square cut like this, I highly suggest using your table saw. It makes it very easy to line up and smooth out, as well as you can be very precise and accurate with your cuts. At this point, all I do is slide it underneath the door casing on both sides while I still make sure I have enough room for the flooring to move, as well as install the channel for the L trim. Now as we get close to finishing and butting this thing up against our final wall, you need to still ensure that you have proper alignment with your door casings, as well as making sure you have a beautiful finished seam in order for the base trim to hide the cut ends that you don't want seen. Now we're also butting this flooring up against a sliding door, and therefore we need to use a different type of trim there. But once we have that last section in place, we can go ahead and proceed to install our trim by just pushing down on it and locking it into that channel. But guess what? After we have our floor trim fully installed, we can then install our base around the entire floor, paint it up, and guess what? We are done! I absolutely love a good makeover, and this by far was one of my favorite because it was for my parents, and as you can see, it was one incredible transformation between the before and after with this beautiful luxury plank vinyl flooring. It truly transforms the entire space, and the fact that it's durable and 100% waterproof is a win-win in my book. Now that is one beautiful, sexy beast. Oh yeah.
Nope. Hey! Hey! Come here. Stop, really? Hey! Let go of the room. Jeez Louise. I know. Come here, you. Come!